Hi, I'm Abhi.
Hi, I'm Madhu. Welcome to Inspiring Ideas Recommend Series, Episode 4. Hi, Abhi. Can you tell me in 5 seconds about our recommendations in this episode?
Sure, Madhu. We're talking about AI in business and how you can improve your people skills.
Wow, let's get the show started.
All right, Madhu, what's your first recommendation?
My first recommendation is Dan Fachala. 8 years ago, right, Dan was a martial arts instructor in a small town, and today, Dan is helping global enterprises and thousands of vendor companies to see a return on investment from their artificial intelligence investments. Would you believe it? I could not. 3 to 4 years ago, I had some intuition in my mind that I have to follow Dan for the simple reason that I started listening to his podcast and add tremendous value in terms of someone who doesn't write a code similar to me and wanting to know about the artificial intelligence trends in a more lucid way for any non-technical leader. That's something that so much intrigued me. I started listening to every single one of his episodes, and that gave me great insights. I strongly feel people should follow him to get the basics of artificial intelligence and how it's implemented across varied facets of this world. And he is the founder of Emerge. Do you want to talk about why people should follow him from your perspective, Avi?
Sure, absolutely. Dan shares some really good content in LinkedIn related to artificial intelligence. But Madhu, as you said, Dan is the founder of Emerge. And I was looking at Emerge website and they got such really interesting content, articles, case studies about AI. So somebody who's new to AI wants to get a better understanding of how AI is actually used in their particular industry, they should definitely check out their website. Now, when you come to their website, you can click on Insight section, and here you can browse through based on the industry that you're interested in. Just for an example, let's say if you click on healthcare here, this will show you a list of amazing articles about how AI is implemented in the healthcare sector. The other great way to browse this particular website is if you click on content type, and you'll see there's an amazing content that's showing up here. These are related to case studies, interviews, terms, and whatnot. That will give you a very good understanding of AI.
So, what's your second recommendation, Abhi?
Well, Madhu, if you're talking about Dan, we have to talk about one of the most popular podcasts, which is hosted by Dan. It's called AI in Business. And as you could see, this particular podcast is really, really popular. Look at the number of downloads that has happened. It is also number one or, top five in so many countries and cities around the world. And the good thing about this particular podcast is Dan interviews top AI and machine learning executives and professionals from around the world. Okay, what you can learn from this particular podcast is that this podcast covers about different trends and application of AI, especially use cases in particular industries. So this is kind of a must listen for anyone who wants to get a better understanding of AI. They should definitely follow this particular podcast and listen to each and every episode. Most of the episodes are 15-20 minutes long, so that's really good. They talk about a particular case study and gives you good information about it. So strongly recommend people to follow this particular podcast, which is called AI in Business.
Indeed, that's a good one, Abhi. Definitely. And we also had Dan in our Inspiring Ideas podcast where we talked about the philosophies of AI and what it's going to be looking like in 2030 or 2050. So do check it out, my friends. And that's one of my favorite podcasts in Inspiring Ideas.
All right, that's great. So Madhu, what's the third recommendation for the week?
Now, we talked about AI. Now we should talk about people, right? So we work with people day in and day out. So isn't it the most important thing for us to learn? I would say so. So Vanessa Van Edwards is someone whom I've been following up right from 2015. She's a behavioral investigator with Science of People, an author of Captivate, the Science of Succeeding with People. She's a body language trainer specializing in science-based people skills. I loved most of her videos because it's so practical in nature. And the one that I'm going to recommend people is Vanessa Van Edwards' TED Talk, You Are Contagious. And this is something that I've literally seen 10, 15 times to get more and more of how to navigate with people.
That's a great recommendation, Madhu. And people can also go and check out. There are some really good short videos that Vanessa has prepared on so many different interesting topics. Like, as you could see here, body language of leaders or body language for attraction. And so definitely, I really like watching these videos and try to take some tips out of them so that I can improve my communication skills as well. So this was our third recommendation for the week.
That's it for the week. I hope it's going to be fun-filled. Monday to Friday, we work really hard. So feel free to learn as much as you can. And we try to give as much as we can from our Inspiring Ideas series. All the best, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Take care. Stay inspired.